before I'm going to blow my nose and try not to do it for the rest of the session. So I'm sorry for editing. You stand over the body of Ogma, deceased owner of the Hall of Ogma. You guys are a little tired. It's been a long day, long past 2 days, and you are here to perform an autopsy. Angus, are you just taking the lead on this, or are you both doing this?
Yeah, Angus will take the lead. He knows what he's doing.
Angus, roll me medicine.
Can I
with
help
advantage,
action?
please? Yes, yeah. I was gonna presume it.
21.
Hooray!
Okay. You sort of put your cane to the side, sort of get some support on, and sort of start getting to work. Ulos is there to help you out, and from the autopsy, you discover there seems to be like sort of wound on his body, no scars or like attacks or cuts, but one thing does seem odd. Just around the back of his head, there is like a purple bruise, kind of like an indent just on like the back of his skull.
Oh.
And it's the only thing you can sort of seemingly discover about the body. You don't know where it came from, but it's just this sort of like bruise that seems, I don't know, to have persisted.
So he was murdered then?
No, just he was bruised. This could be any kind of bludgeoning impact.
Probably murder, I think. Just based off of like it's HEX. Bad things tend to happen here.
That is not true. Bad things have happened recently, but generally bad things aren't happening here.
I guess I've just come here in a bad time.
Yeah.
You guys are sort of standing over Ogma's body. Angus, presumably you pick up your cane again, sort of for support, your classic cane.
Yeah.
He's always had.
What are you talking about?
Just saying, you've always had it.
And Jonathan Storm comes down the stairs. Hey, all right, you guys, that's your time up. You're done now. Get out. Come on.
Fine.
You look into what that squiddy thing was.
Yeah.
Was it cool? It was cool, right?
Was pretty
Not
cool.
really.
It looked cool. I bet it was
Fleshy
cool.
squid. That's cool.
Anyway, get out. Come on, clear out. Out of curiosity, could you all just describe your appearances, just so because they've slipped my mind for some reason.
Yeah, Matthew can go first.
Oh, I'm okay.
Fucking bastards!
I
The lot of you!
What are you mad
Gwen,
about?
You're right. Gwen,
Just
you're right.
describe your character, God.
I've got
sorry.
a
I'm sorry.
scar on my face. I've got a scowl. That's a lie. I'm just Yuki.
Classic
I
scowl.
think. Actually, wait, no. I'm trying to think which character I'd be.
And you've got a few more. You've got like some scars on your face. A little bit battle hardened as always.
Yeah, they're still healing.
Yeah. Cool. Is that your description complete,
I think so. Yeah.
Angus?
Yeah, well, Angus, he's got his titular kind of medium length long blonde hair. He's got very deep eye bags. He's got his classic cut up from his jaw. I think after he takes his apron off, he'll be wearing his classic his body armor, his manufactured body armor, that alongside his cane, which he uses to walk around as he usually does.
Yeah, and the cane he got from combat, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I need to explain that. You can listen to that episode 7.
Yeah, that's the one where obviously we had the. Yeah, we'll get to it.
Classic episode.
And you see Jonathan Storm goes, "Come on, guys, speed it up. Fullerene wants you out of here now."
So loud. All the time.
What? What are you actually talking about?
I'm gonna become Timson, and I'm gonna say, fuck off. Come on, Angus.
Go on, heroes. Get on out of here. You've done enough.
We leave, take our leave, we go away.
Yeah. I'm gonna be Yuki again.
Masha, we cut to you.
Oh, fuck off.
You are holding,
This is bullshit.
You are holding this sort of post-it note from Cliff, and that describes says something like Cliff was here with a little winky face. And are you going out to check on Barb?
Yeah, I'm panicking. I'm calling her name out. She was going off to the kitchenette to get like a drink.
Yes,
wasn't
and
she?
I need you to roll me an Arcana check.
Oh, fuck you, fucking Arcana checks.
For how okay she is.
Can I? I've already rolled it now. That's a shit 9.
So, Masha, as you go outside, you feel something click. Like everything has suddenly been reassembled. You don't know what this feeling is, but it makes you feel ill.
It's the same feeling I had before, right?
Yes.
Before.
The rust has disappeared.
Yeah.
You go out into the police station and you see that every file, everything has been cleared out. It was not like this before. You see that there is graffiti on the wall of like wooden stakes and just a lot of like broken cupboards. But most importantly, this place is dead empty.
Bob? Bob? Where are you? Please.
You hear John from downstairs, just Jonathan Storm going, "Stop yelling! Jesus!" And coming out from around the corner, you see Jonathan Storm with a very different looking Angus and Ulos. Angus looks a lot more like war-torn. He's got a cane that you've never seen before. And there's something, and Ulos seems a little bit more like battle-hardened.
Hi, Masha.
Hi.
Who's Barb?
What? What do you mean, who's Bob?
You were saying it earlier.
I think I'm just gonna like look around, and I'm gonna look down at myself. Do I like? Do I seem different?
You seem the same as you always have been. Nothing much seems to have changed with you.
You okay?
I think Masha takes just like a moment to just try and get her bearings together. And I think she has like a click moment, like where just everything sort of like falls into place. Do either of you? Does the name Mike ring a bell to either of you?
Well, yeah. Wait.
That's the crazy guy you saw yesterday, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Is Mike your boyfriend, Masha? You dating someone, Masha?
Do I know this guy?
This is Jonathan Storm. He's one of the
Jonathan
vampire hunters.
Storm.
He's one of the vampire
He's a
hunters.
classic
He's
character.
the one with the whip.
Been there the whole time.
He goes,
Didn't they all die? Like
No, only one of them. Only one of them died.
Okay, cool.
God, you're not even a fan of your own campaign.
wow.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't take notes.
Neither do I. I remember it because I'm cool.
Well, I'm stupid, so
Well, only one of them died, and the rest are fine.
okay, fine, cool.
Masha, are you okay? Do you need to lie down? We could take you back to the church.
I'll tell you what will make me feel better. Do you know where Mike is right now?
I actually saw him earlier.
Where?
He was wandering around the Church of Seeks Truth and Mystery a couple hours ago. You were there.
Okay. I need to go do something. I will see you two later.
Hey, I
And Mash is just gonna walk off, and as she walks off, like it slowly turns into like a run as she goes and looks for Mike.
Jonathan Storm looks at you both and goes, "Women, right? Anyway, get out."
Angus is gonna limp after her.
Yeah, me too. Hey, Masha, wait up.
Masha, as you go outside, you see that the usually bright artificial sun is being somewhat cloaked by like a cloud of ash in the sky, and you look around at the main square of Hex to a place you were not before. The Church of Isaac has been like trashed, windows broken, graffiti all over the walls. The Hall of Ogma, Monroe's place of business, has seemingly been broken into. You can see books pushed over, and you see a lot of the other businesses, like and places of work, apart from She Seeks Truth and Mystery, have sustained some sort of damage.
Oh, I was really hoping that Monroe would still be alive.
Oh, you don't know if he's alive or dead. You know his place of
Oh.
business has been trashed.
Oh fuck! This does not go well for my plan. Shit. Yeah, I'm just shouting that like at this point that the hood has come up and I'm going to cast guidance on myself. But I'm screaming from the top of my lungs, shouting for Mike.
Angus and Ulos, you continue to go after. Angus, you're a little bit slower, obviously, but you do manage to sort of like follow Masha and see. Masha, as you keep going, you see that the detail is more and more specific. You see off in the distance that Angus's bar has also been like covered in some graffiti as well, just labeling murderer, bring back our families, all this stuff. And as you're running, you see standing around in a big group, wearing like all sort of like welding masks and holding seeming like metal stakes, are a bunch of maintenance zone workers. Stop!
I don't. I keep running. I'm frantically searching.
Roll me a dex saving throw.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Ooh, that's decent. That is a 19.
You see one of them tries to take a swing at you, but you manage to sort of just duck under it and move past them. You hear them overhear them saying, "It's just fine. It's just Masha. She's not one of them." Angus and Ulos, you also come to this large group standing at the edge of the town, and they all just turn to look at you, Angus.
I am going to use Dreadful Aspect on every single one of them. It's every single one within 30 feet. So I'm going to get close to them and use as many as I can. All of them must make a Wisdom saving throw, and if they fail, the target they are frightened for 1 minute.
Okay, so they are. I rolled for the group as a collective. They got a natural 1.
Oh, very cool.
And you just see them all just start like kind of like screaming and running in terror, still just kind of yelling, "Angus!" but still like just paralyzed with fear, going off in all sorts of different directions. The path is now cleared for you.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Where are you guys still following Masha?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Masha, where are you? You running to She Who Seeks Truth and Mystery?
Yeah.
You come to the church, and you see the Mother Superior sort of standing by as a lot of nuns are seemingly like moving equipment out of the church.
Okay, I'm gonna run up to Mother Superior, I think.
Masha, good. I'm glad you're here.
Mother Superior. I don't. Do you know where a man called Mike is?
Mike, yes, I think there was a man called Mike. I think he was
Where?
off by the remnants of the workers' village.
Thank you.
Masha, we really need to hurry. We need to move all this equipment into the House of Isaac. We need it done by today, Masha. We could really use your support.
Mother Superior. I don't have time to explain this, but something in HEX has changed significantly. This is not the hex that I know. And I think this... like, and I think Masha at this point is, like, actually properly, truly looking at the hex around her. And she says, all of this, it's not how hex was literally 5 minutes ago. Something has changed, and I don't know why, but I'm the only one who seems to remember. I don't have time to explain this. I know this must sound crazy, but you need to trust me. And I'm gonna, like, take her butt by the hands. And I think Mike is the person behind it. I need to find him.
As you're holding Mother Superior's hands, can you roll me a insight check, please?
Is this for anything particular?
Just in general, please.
Okay. So, not to check if she is lying. Okay.
Yeah, I forget if she's alive.
That is a 19. Oh, wait, insight. Yes, 19. I was looking at investigation.
So you see that your, like, tendrils of light, seemingly, like, without her knowledge, start, like, kind of going ahead. And you get the sense that while she, on the whole, does not believe you and thinks that there's something wrong, that you're just upset by this whole situation, there's some kind of, like, slight mental block in her mind that is just wedged in there, so stopping some information from getting through. At this point, Angus and Ulos, you do make it to Masha's side. Angus, Masha seemed unwell. I hope you could look after her. That's all right?
Yeah, I've been trying to. She's just been running around.
Did you realize something?
I don't know how to explain this, but 5 minutes ago, Hex was not as it is now. There wasn't all of this destruction. There wasn't the ash in the sky. Angus, you didn't have all of these battle scars and damage. None of us did. But I think maybe my connection to She Who Seeks Truth in Mystery is the only thing that lets me remember what it was like.
Okay.
Mother Superior, I sensed a mental block in your mind. It could be in everyone else's minds as well. Like I said, I need to find this mic right now.
Okay.
Masha, let's just get back to the workshop and have a proper conversation about this.
No, I cannot wait. And Masha's gonna, like, just start... is gonna, like, just quickly turn and, like, start heading
grab her arm.
towards...
Yeah, can I do that as well?
Roll everyone. You can do a battle of strength. Angus and Ulos have advantage on this because you're both doing it. So everyone roll me strength, please.
Shit. That's a 10.
23.
11.
Quick, rogue ability, save me.
Wow, Gwen doesn't know what's on her character sheet. I can't believe.
Wow.
No, I've just... I have the names of the things, just not the... It's too much text.
That's it. I'm killing off Angus.
Oh. It was... We all knew it was coming.
Okay, yeah, nah, there's nothing that particularly lets me avoid this. Okay.
Masha, you try and run off, but Angus and Ulos just sort of like grab you by the hand.
Well, hey. Slow down. What's going on?
I need to find Mike right now.
You can find Mike later. He's not going anywhere.
No, this is... I don't know how to explain this.
Start from the beginning, alright?
Okay. This morning, Mike showed up. He fell in a hole and I saved him. Then, we went to dinner at a place called Clarissa's. Now, I know you don't remember Clarissa's, but I do. It was real, and we went there, and it was lovely. A few hours later, Clarissa's no longer existed, and no one could remember her or the restaurant. It disappeared, and I was the only one who seemed to remember it. Then, Richard Filament. Is he still real?
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah.
we killed him.
We killed him,
Killed him.
and as we were taking him to She Who Seeks Truth and Mystery to make sure that he didn't die,
Richard did die.
and
He bled to death after the fight with Getelin.
Took a while.
Let's just go back to the workshop. Because clearly you don't have an idea of what to look out for in HEX. You can't just be walking around. We'll go back to somewhere safe, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
I need to find him right now.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Can I use command on Masha?
I think I'm going to use my guidance on this.
Cool.
23.
Regardless, Angus is going to go, relax. You can't just be out there.
And I think at this point Masha is like going to like the anger sort of like dissipates, and she just looks. She's just scared and heartbroken. I don't. He took Barb.
Okay.
Barb's gone.
Angus is just going to start guiding her back to the bar.
Hey, maybe we should go to Sephora. The bar isn't the safest place right now.
What do you mean the bar isn't the safest place right now? I have a room made entirely of steel that's locked by magic.
Fair enough.
Are you guys heading to the bar?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
You head on down, and Masha, along the way, you see off in the distance. You can sort of, just for a moment, you picture it's where the hole would be, but looking at the damage, it would consume the size of that pit. The workers' district has seemingly collapsed into a gigantic pit in Hex. The floor almost entirely torn up. Only a few buildings remain, including Sephora and a few of the buildings, and you just see like groups kind of just like roaming around it, sometimes going into it. But it looks cataclysmic.
He did all this.
As you guys walk over to the bar, you see standing there, just outside it, is Fullerene. He's got Jonathan Storm with him and a very small, snivelling man standing by his side. Gunter. All three of you know that Gunter should be in a cell right now, but he is just kind of standing around with Fullerene.
Gunter, you get back here now.
Mr. Fullerene, please explain. Fullerene turns to you all with a cold gaze. We have argued for Gunter's release from custody due to his information on the Psi Division. I'm a free man now. It's all good. It's all good. All back to normal. As normal as we can make it with what you've all done.
None of this would have happened if you weren't such a coward and succumbed to Richard Filament.
None of this would have happened. You just think. But now they're all dead, aren't they? Because of you and your church.
Yeah, and maybe if you did your fucking job, we could have had them under control.
Okay. It's not like the police exists anymore. We don't have anyone to keep you there, so...
Exactly. Thank you, Changeling. You're all very brave to be walking around. Especially some of you.
Ash is having an episode. We're taking her to somewhere safe where she can calm down.
Any bite marks?
Obviously not.
Do you have anything else you want to say?
No.
Cool. Let's go. I take Masha's arm and like push past him.
They all just sort of walk off. Gunter sort of standing behind Fullerene's leg.
Leg.
very small man. And I'm assuming you're just going straight to the underground part of the bar.
Yeah, just straight to the workshop.
Yeah, it's as you go down into the workshop, you see Vanessa just sort of sitting in a chair and drinking some coffee. Is Sam Stab? Hey guys, how you doing? You doing good, everyone? Hey, Masha. That's coffee.
Hiya, Sam.
Ah!
Can I give him a fist bump?
Yeah, you give him a little fist bump. Roll me performance, please.
Performance. Why'd I be performing my genuine fist bump with Sam Stab?
He's attempting to do he's doing a little fist bump, but he's attempting to do a little fancy handshake with you.
Well, I accidentally had the advantage toggle highlighted, and I rolled 2 natural ones. So I imagine he goes for the hand on my cane.
Yeah.
I'm just standing there.
Just oh, I'm sorry.
Fall
That's
over.
my bad. Sorry.
It's okay. It's new.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Vanessa's just kind of sitting there quietly reading the vampire book.
Vanessa is a nun of She Who Seeks Truth and Mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah, working
Yeah.
for the House of Isaac.
Yeah,
as like a
okay.
freelance nun.
I think I'm gonna see Vanessa. Is there like a free chair that I could like pull up?
Yeah,
Angus is gonna guide you to one.
Yeah.
Are they all metal chairs? Would you say?
He has one kind of like a dentist chair that he's getting Masha to soon.
Well,
While she's having a conversation,
the one
she's
you
like
yeah.
examining her.
Something like that.
Open wide. I think Masha's gonna sit down.
I will say Angus is definitely kind of prodding around her arm. He's got like a belt. Just a belt.
Just a belt.
I-
Big Masha with a belt.
Yeah, no, that's exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah. Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
As a fellow sister of She Who Seeks Truth and Mystery, I need you to hear me out. Because I know that that most people don't understand. Shit. I need to speak the truth. And I need you.
You have to speak the truth because you don't.
The milk.
Yes!
Oh yeah.
No, but I think when I say this, I feel like this is I'm adding a thing to the She Who Seeks Truth and Mystery canon. I'm doing it right now. You can't stop me. The whole church is about finding truth, whatever that may be, and like saying I need to speak the truth here is basically nun code to be like, hear me out. I need you to believe this, and this is something that I think that is entrusted in the church. I am invoking this right because to anyone else it would sound crazy, potentially. I don't, but I need you to hear me out on this. Do I have your words that you will listen to my truth?
Well, I'm a little bit more agnostic now these days, but okay, fine.
Thank you. The world, as it is, has shifted into something much more dark than it is supposed to be. 5 minutes ago, you could see the sun in the sky. The buildings weren't reduced to rubble. People weren't suffering from battle scars. And 5 minutes ago, I was with my girlfriend, Barb. And And now she's gone. And I think I know. I am the only one that seems to remember what life was like before.
Masha, I hate to say, but if you're the only one who remembers, is it more likely that we all hallucinated something, or just you?
Masha sort of listens to that and...
Masha gets stabbed in the vein with the needle.
Ow! Ow!
I didn't have to flinch that hard. Hold still.
You could have warned me. What the...
You were being being dramatic. I figured I'd rather not interrupt you.
Okay, yeah, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. I'm sorry. I'm just...
Masha,
Yeah?
you're invoking the right, so I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. But right now, that truth that you're after, it's, if what you say is true, it's not around anymore. We have new things to figure out, new things to go after. Like, after everything that happened with the vampires, the leftovers, that's our truth now. That's what we've got to deal with. So as much as I believe you, I can't help you.
What happened with the vampires?
Who wants to take this one?
Well, I guess they just... Well, they exploded the vampires. The vampire hunters did. With Rodney. He was a bomb, remember? That basically just made a massive earthquake and it devastated everything. I mean, we were still fighting. There was no time to reach... Well, we didn't even know.
In what I remember, I don't know how to... In my... I don't know, is this a... What? What I remember, Rodney's bomb never went off. That never happened. And
I wish.
we dealt with Richard Filament and Gunter. We had the vampires help us. Angus, do you have like a whiteboard here? Down here?
I still have the corkboard up from the last time we were using it, and I guess I could find some paper.
Okay. It might be worth going through the events of the past however long and seeing what has changed, what's different, what's the same, what's different, and seeing how far back these changes go.
Okay. If you want to.
Please. I mean, you're not gonna let me go looking for Mike, so at least let me do something that's at least semi-productive. Masha's gonna go, she's gonna find, like, sheets of paper and a pen and stuff like that.
Is anyone else doing it? Is anyone else doing anything?
Angus is doing blood tests looking for drugs.
Roll me a medicine check.
Good old medicine.
As you're doing this, Vanessa is just kind of standing by your side.
Does she help?
She sort of helps like where she can. She's more just kind of just looking at your face, just trying to like figure out how you're doing.
I think his face he'd be doing pretty horribly. I got an 11 on the medicine. But I also just remembered something my class gets me that I forgot to mention because I didn't plan for it.
Cool.
Angus is going to pull a mechanical crow out from under the table.
Oh, cool!
Hey!
And that's going to give
Yo!
him advantage.
Whoa!
It's still 11 though.
No! Why is it? You release your little robot crow who like gets a little like pulls out like I don't know a little Q-tip and spins it round, and you're like, that doesn't help. It looks nice. Vanessa goes to you, Angus, and is just, did you get any trouble up there?
Yeah, there was the crowd was around the church again, but I scared them off.
It's weird. Most of those guys wouldn't have even dreamed of doing anything like that a couple days ago.
I don't understand how they jumped into action so quickly.
I mean, even with Fullerine's help, it seems fast. Doesn't help that we might have a nun who's high on whatever we used to get in that church.
My dad used to make it, you know.
Really?
Yeah, that's where this whole operation started. That was his thing.
Wow. No idea.
No, it's not many people do. It was a big secret.
I mean, no offense. I kind of just thought he was kind of a nice, boring guy.
He was nice and he was boring and he cooked really good drugs.
Is Angus's dad Walter White?
No, he's Chad McGuy.
Do you not pay
I
attention
see.
to the law? The timeline? The timeline's been changed now.
Clearly
Right,
not.
Yeah.
Now,
I don't
Angus's
know
dad
what's
looks
real
like,
anymore, Ollie.
Angus's dad looks like Bryan Cranston now.
Yeah, that's canon. I like that. That's canon.
All this stuff she's saying, do you think it... What do you think?
She invoked the truth, and that's something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. She hasn't really said what the difference is. Just that events transpired differently. She was going on about this guy Mike. Didn't really mention what he did. Just that he did something.
God, I mean, I'd love to just take that whole speech spiel about invoking the truth, and I want to believe it, but I don't know. Even before this, I've never been as connected as her. I don't think any of us have been connected to our religions, even you.
Oh, I certainly tried, but no, I think the strongest faith comes from within. Wink, because she's got a tumour. It's a joke. And Angus goes back to testing the blood sample.
Oh my fucking god!
Vanessa has a tumor?
No. Everything from the wink onwards was me, because
It
you have
was
the
a
thing in
joke.
your head. When I said wink, that was out of the game.
Yeah, because it was you got the goblin in your brain.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got the. Oh, me!
Yeah,
I've got
no,
the
we're talking
tumor in
about
my
you.
brain. Oh,
No, Angus's classic tumour. We
Yeah.
established
Yeah.
early
All
on.
of us have tumours. That's the only difference.
since the bomb went off, everyone's got cancer.
There
now.
is
Yeah.
It's
no
great.
main mystery to solve in this campaign. Everyone
We're
is just
solving
a tumour.
cancer.
It really is Breaking Bad, but everyone's got cancer.
Yeah.
Jesse.
Jesse.
Yo, Mr. White.
Oh, Mr. White, I got cancer, bitch.
Anyway.
Oh my God, Ollie.
Oh no! It's happening again. Ulos, are you doing anything while Angus continues his blood testing with his fun crow?
I'm gonna talk to Masha.
Are you just getting every piece of information up on there?
Yeah, I think I'm making I'm probably doing like a chronological timeline backwards from now to like as far back as I can remember, going into a lot more detail, sort of like in the last week, maybe 2 weeks or so.
So obviously you would remember stuff pretty clearly, but I think for
Yeah.
the finer details, can you give me a history check with advantage, please?
Ooh,
And
lovely
Ulos,
advantage.
while you're there, like Ulos, you're also like just coming over to have a chat with Masha.
Yeah, and I think I
Yeah.
might also be making a list of all the differences that I've noticed. That is, that's a 16.
Yeah, so you're just kind of going very quickly, and Ulos, you kind of see Masha kind of just like looking a little bit insane doing all this.
Okay, Masha. Maybe you want like a a recap of what's been going on, since you seem confused. Would that be a good idea?
I mean, anything that's, yeah. Give me a recap,
Okay.
just so I know what's been going on.
Right. So there was the cave-in. You remember the vampires? They that we found there, and we put them in quarantine.
Yeah.
Well, and then I tried to break them out. I sort of overpowered the guards, I guess. I sent them to Safpora, but one of them,
Wait.
yeah.
From what I remember, you never broke the vampires out. You just wanted to talk to them.
Well, I
believe.
did, but they asked me to take them out. I mean, the guards were sort of
Okay.
yelling, but I
And
managed to talk them down.
I'm gonna start
Scribble, scribble.
writing this down. Who and who were the guards?
Oh, just some nuns.
Just some nuns.
I've told you this before.
No. When in my I'm okay. I'm making the decision. I'm gonna say in my timeline, because that's what's my brain is telling me.
Okay.
In my timeline, it was me and Barb who were there when you tried to, well, you tried breaking into the cell to talk to
Masha.
the vampires.
Okay.
We tried to stop you because that was an obviously dangerous thing to do. And there was a window on the door that you could have talked through anyway. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Right.
Sure.
Well,
Okay.
two of them went to Sephora, but one of them, Mike, is just still around, biting people. We haven't managed to catch him.
Right.
And then afterwards, turned out Richard Filament was behind everything, so we
That's consistent.
we met all the vampire hunters, and then we fought Richard Filament, and that was like, that's where Angus got all of his scars and stuff. Went on like quite a long time, so we didn't have time to get down to the bomb. So we couldn't have got there.
Okay. In my timeline, the fight didn't last that long at all. It was relatively quick, I believe. In my timeline, I believe Angus was doing a lot of politicking between all of these different groups, and got one of the vampire hunters to sabotage the bomb and basically managed to like make sure that it never went off. We fought Richard after sorting out the bomb. So if you two have all these scars from this fight, then was I in the fight? Because
Well,
I don't seem to have any.
Well, no, you
any
were just
scars.
lucky, I suppose.
I see.
You up to date now?
I think so.
Do you feel calmer?
No.
Okay then. Fair
it
enough.
is helping. Like.
Well, then.
What form is Ulos taking at the moment?
I'm Yuki.
Okay. Yuki. 5 minutes ago. I know this all feels just like I've fucking lost my brain. And I might have. Absolutely, that is absolutely a possibility here. I am aware of that. But you need to see from my perspective here. 5 minutes ago, I was talking to the love of my life, my girlfriend Barb. The world was, I mean, it wasn't perfect, absolutely, but it was a lot better than this.
Masha,
What I had
I'm
is
so...
now gone. And it keeps going. And I can never seem to keep hold of it.
I'm really sorry, but you might have hallucinated a girlfriend.
That's not...
Sorry, Masha, you
I
might
think-
be
Sorry to break it
schizophrenic.
to
I'm
you.
so sorry. You have schizophrenia.
That's what might have happened.
I think you saying you might have hallucinated a girlfriend is just like... It's just kind of like... Masha's brain is just like... It's...
I will.
I'm like, what? Wow.
I-
How dare you?
I will say blood tests don't take very long, depending on the
Yeah,
drugs.
I'm gonna
so-
say
Yeah.
you, Angus, from your blood test and Ulos calmly putting their hand on Masha's shoulder and saying, "You never had a girlfriend."
Fuck off! I bat the hand
You
away.
see that there is no drugs in Masha's system. She's clean as she, well, she's not that clean, but she's somewhat clean.
Yeah. Well, she's not on anything except milk. Maybe it was the milk.
I have
I
just
will
a
say
tiny
right
bit
now.
of milk.
You
There's no
guzzled
way
that
that's
entire glass.
I did
I
not.
handed it to you. You downed that thing.
Wait, do you have milk?
Oh, that milk. Yeah, I downed that milk.
I will say,
But
Angus,
the original milk, no.
the only thing that does come up is just kind of like some drug that you haven't really seen before. It doesn't seem like any sort of hallucinogenic though. It's something weird.
I'll put that in a little. You know those petri dish? Put that in a petri dish, in a drawer with the pills I stole from the Milton Milk Factory for later.
Hey Angus,
So what?
do you have any
So,
milk?
like,
He pulls
just-
out his one bottle of milk.
I'm gonna make a grab for it.
You grab it, and you start downing it. Are you analysing
consume.
the mysterious drug, Angus, or are you just leaving it for now?
No, not yet. There's more important things right now.
Okay,
I'm gonna take my own look at the board.
So, Angus, you look at the board, and eventually the timeline of events, as it seemed, is
Oh.
that... I mean, Angus, Masha, is it... Are you... So, is it the events of this new timeline and your old timeline, basically, like, going across each other?
Yeah, I think like it's definitely about like two different chronologies, I guess. I think I would also like go back to just to like be absolutely sure that I've reached like the end of this. That I'm also gonna like talk about the first case with Hordo, and see if anything of any of that changed.
So Angus, you look at this board, and you see obviously the events that you know it as. You had no real into the police station, so Richard Filament was could much easily control the situation. It was entirely corrupt from the beginning, with Gethlin and Gunter under his control. Mike was freed from prison by Ulos, and some of the other vampires went off, but he was freed and went around biting and attacking people, which started to cause more of a panic, resulting in Fullerene. Oh, you got a question?
Yes. Because in the original timeline, wasn't the vampire that Masha talked to called Paul?
No.
He was called Mike.
No.
There's just a lot
It
of
was
Mike.
Mike.
He was called Mike as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are
Multiple
Okay.
people can have the same name.
Why are there so many Mikes?
People have the same name, Gwen.
Ah, confused.
stop.
that was
I s-
confusing me
I
as
swear,
well.
You're ruining
saw-
my story.
I swear there was someone called Paul.
That might have been a
something.
different
Could-
vampire.
Yeah,
That
there
might
were,
have
there
been
were
a
multiple.
That might have been small Paul.
Okay.
Flash him up for
Cool,
1
cool,
second.
cool. I'm gonna like with it. I think there's gonna be like where everything is the same. I'm gonna have it as like a single thing, and then it diverges into the short change of timeline where Clarissa's disappeared, and then it's going to change like again when Barb disappears and everything changed. So there's like that.
Yeah, cool.
I'm covering every single one of my fucking bases.
Can you tell us more about Barb?
Okay. Yeah. She worked for the. She was a member of the police. She used to be a vampire hunter. She had one of the. Which vampire was her boy? Simon Cutthroat. Yeah.
Okay,
Simon Cut.
Don't like that guy.
See, Sam Sab snickers at that.
so
Interesting.
tell us more about that.
Wait, what the Simon Cutthroat?
Yeah, from what you remember of Simon, tell us about that. Because he's the only link we share that's outside of you right now.
Roll me a history check on Simon Cutthroat. I'll give you advantage.
That is a very, very shit 12.
You can sort of remember the Frosted Tips. He kind of, for some reason, the name Guy Fieri is in your mind.
Yeah, okay.
And the way he talked, like a really kind of like a kind of radical surfer bro vampire hunter.
Yeah,
Very,
okay.
very energetic.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. It's coming back to me. And yeah, I say all that.
I think Angus raises his eyebrows at that.
Why?
Yeah.
What's
Well, Simon
something different?
was a extremely
He was a prick.
vicious individual.
I see.
The idea that he had a girlfriend makes your story unbelievable.
It's a very good point.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
You sure we're remembering the same guy?
I'm pretty sure, but maybe the fact that Barb seems to have never existed, potentially his relationship with Barb caused him to be more like how I remember him, versus how since he's never. Are you saying that he's never been in a relationship?
Guy was a fucking loser, and he died one too.
Oh well, okay.
Sorry.
Listen, this is all very interesting, but I've got stuff I have to do. I've got like some vampires to, deal with.
Yeah, go home.
You'll be all right, Masha, right?
I think so.
Okay,
I think so.
Bob. Don't do anything stupid. You think you'll go and find Mike soon?
I want to find him immediately.
Well, let's just carry on clearing this up. I can give you a rundown of HEX, and then we can talk about going to find Mike.
Okay. Tell me, real quick, is Monroe still alive?
I don't know.
Shit.
You guys know that his establishment got like broken into and messed up, but no one knows if anyone could kill him who had the power to.
I assume he's still alive.
Okay. Because if we can find him, he could potentially read my mind and see if anything like that has. See if.
Masha, I believe you. I just don't know if you're remembering the right things.
What do you mean by that?
I think you might just be confused. You probably
You have
believe what you're
places
saying.
to go, Ulos.
Fine. Contact me if anything happens.
Sure.
You know where I am. Then I'll go.
And Ulos, you head out, sort of gather your things. You leave Wackadoo Masha and silly Angus to their business. I'm gonna stick with Angus and Masha for now. You mainly just trying to figure out stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What happened yesterday.
Okay, yeah. Where do I start? God, that was yesterday. That was yesterday. Fuck me. Um, I'm genuinely completely blanking on day.
Should I just say
Ti
my version? Should Angus say his version? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so yesterday, well, I tried to talk to Vim, a recently discovered leader of the vampires, but he was equally as confused and disrupted as Hex was, so nothing came of that. We reconvened at the bar, and we made a plan that Ulos and you would spy on Richard and Getlin and see what was going on. I think Ulos posed as Getlin, but when you two were away, my bar was attacked by a couple of the neighborhood watch vampires, and during that scuffle, I blew some of it up, and I got quite hurt, and from what I can recall of how I met Ulos afterwards, they got too into being Getlin, and Richard manipulated them into attacking the vampire hunters. And so I was making my way to them as well. We came across paths, and I managed to snap Ulos out of it, but the vampire hunters did quite a number on them. I got a leader to stand down, and Jonathan Storm and Simon kind of took control, because they're the most commanding presence there. And then we went to the police station, where the rest of the neighborhood watch and Getlin and Richard had gathered, and we fought to the death. And we didn't have any meaningful ways to damage the vampires, resulting in my leg injury, resulting in Simon's death. Richard was killed because of my carelessness, trying to get the parasite out of him. And when the bomb was exploded in the hive, I couldn't get there in time because of my leg. And now Hex is in two factions. After the worker district collapsed, we've got those trying to exterminate the vampires, and we have the vampires that survive the hive, which run in a little gang led by Ulos. And both of those groups want me dead.
Okay.
And that's what happened yesterday.
Okay. Well, in my timeline, what I remember is we formed the plan of me and Ulos sort of sneaking up on Richard. Ulos turned into Getlin. That all happened. We got too into it. Went to Richard, told him to go attack the vampire hunters, but you managed to stop him before any serious damage happened. When the actual Getlin went into the police station, I ran off after Gunter into the maintenance zone, where I was ambushed by the majority of the neighborhood watch vampires. I managed to speak reason to at least some of them, and they sacrificed their lives to save me. Meanwhile, you were attacked in your bar, but only by a single vampire. And with the help of Barb, who was who used to be a vampire hunter, I think you managed to take that vampire out. Then after that point, you went up to the vampire hunters, stopped them from killing Ulos, and you just were. I think you were already just like aware of Rodney's bomb implant thing.
The bomb was my idea, and I sent Johnny to do it because I thought he was the most corruptible.
Right. Yeah. But when you went up, I think you realized that the bomb was a bad idea, and told them not to use it. We then went back and had the fight with Richard, where we didn't kill him. I don't think we were fully aware that he had that psionic parasite in him. We didn't try and take that out until today. And we got the parasite out of him. You killed it, and then we had to rush the human Richard off to She Used to Extrude for Mystery, so that Mother Superior could make sure that he didn't die. But that's a little bit further going back. Then after the fight, you sort of confronted Rupert Sheath and essentially became the leader of the vampire hunters. You took his really weird tacky sword, and what happened to that? With that whole dynamic, I don't think I was super into, but I think that was everything, or at least most of all the important bits. We did talk to the vampires. We talked to Vim, and we got at least Vim, I think, on our side when we fought Richard. So we had in that fight Barb, who was a previous vampire hunter. We had the vampire hunters. We had Vim. We decided that after the fight, we decided that we couldn't kill Richard, but then today, when we realized that there was a psionic parasite in him and that he was a member of, he said he was part of the Psi Division. I was given...
You got the note?
Yeah, I got the note.
That still happened.
About the names. Okay. And then after that we realized, Richards is the burrower, and he had the psionic parasite.
And so I went down to the morgue and did the autopsy on the parasite.
Yeah. And then I think that pretty much sums everything up. For the most part, at least.
So you're from a timeline where we won?
Yeah, I guess so.
Angus is going to pull out the sword and look at the sword.
Angus, you pull out and look at this sword, and you know in your heart that something feels wrong about you even having it. It doesn't make sense for it to be here, and I am going to need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yippee, I love saving throws. Dirty 20.
Yeah, Angus, something just clicks into place. You feel like your mind unfogs slightly, and you realise you should never have gotten this sword. It doesn't make any sense for you to take control of the vampire hunters, to even lead them in direction of these events. It's just wrong. It wouldn't have happened if whoever this Barb was not there. Like, even then, it shouldn't. There was no way it could have played out like this.
I thought Simon got this sword. I shouldn't have this.
You're realizing something isn't right, right?
Something's definitely wrong. It's not like I didn't believe you. You've never said something this insanely stupid before.
Yeah.
Vanessa does pipe in, apart from when she's on drugs. Just apart from the
Apart from when you're on drugs, but you're only on... You are on drugs, but it's not like a psychedelic. I don't know what it is.
Would I like think, oh, what's something weird I've drunk recently? Oh, the milk. Would I think that, or would I just have like a brain fog?
you know the milk was weird. I think. I don't think it is a thing.
Oh, I think that might have been the milk.
Drugs are probably the capsules I have then.
Capsules?
Yeah, I went to the milk factory this morning, and they were dropping capsules in the milk, and I took some.
Okay. I don't think Masha knew about that, did she?
Yeah, I
No.
didn't know the full details of
okay.
the milk adventure.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I think that. Okay, I need to. Okay.
If I let you go, you're gonna go after Mike, aren't you?
Yeah, I need to know if. Well, Mike. Since Mike has arrived in Hex, that's when things started changing. He was like, me and him had dinner at Clarissa's before it disappeared. He was outside She Who Seeks Truth and Mystery before we tried saving Richard and Barb disappearing. So...
You think this guy disappears people?
It seems so. I found this sticky note. I probably should have brought this up earlier, but I found this sticky note that says Cliff was here. And in the Hitman Index, there is a man called Cliff, who's, his method of killing is unknown, while every single other hitman in there, that is all known. And this is his calling card.
And you want to go after someone who deletes people?
What choice do I have? The thing is that I don't think if Mike is Cliff, I don't think he sees me as a threat. Because when we were at Clarissa's, he was asking me about She Who Seeks Truth and Mystery and how my whole god avatar state works. And, well, he hasn't done anything to try and take me out of the picture. So clearly, whatever I told him, he must have thought, oh, I'm not a threat to him. So potentially elements of surprise. My question is why did he delete Clarissa from the news, and why did he take out Barb?
I mean, he puts a winky note on his face. He probably thinks it's funny.
Yeah.
Listen, Ulos' vampires, they have eyes everywhere.
Right.
They might be able to help you watch, figure out where he is, observe this Mike.
Yeah, okay.
Masha,
Yeah.
take Humphrey with you. Go to Sephora, talk to Ulos.
Okay.
I'll follow you from a distance, because it's not safe for me to be seen in public right now.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna pick up the bird and place it in your hand.
No. little guy.
That's the bird noise.
Yeah.
Aw. This guy's new.
You?
Yeah,
Really?
I think so.
You love Humphrey.
Well, I absolutely love Humphrey. I just
Yeah, well,
don't seem to remember you, little guy.
he's gonna be my eyes, and he should be able to help you. And I'll follow. You won't see me in Sephora. I can't get that close to the vampires, but you'll know.
Okay. Yeah. Angus, I really appreciate you trusting me on this. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna like awkwardly sort of like head out.
Masha, you head out, and Angus, I'm assuming you wait a bit and then start slowly making
Yeah,
your way
I'm just
out.
gonna have some off-screen conversations with Sam and Vanessa and make my way in the shadows.
Sam Stab promises you, he gives you a little salute and says he'll hold down the fort. He does offer out his hand for a fist bump one more time.
I do fist bump. I do the fist bump with him.
He fist bumps you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as you guys sort of head out, Ulos,
Yes.
you've been walking and you've seen a couple like groups walking around like with like just hunting about for vampires. Most of the groups are always around like the hole, the pit there. And I need you to make me a perception check.
A perception check. 16.
So, off in the distance, you see what looks like a group of 5 of the new vampire hunters circled around a vampire. And it's very close to Sephora. And just outside this group is Mike. Just sort of standing there. His hair's looking blonder. His polo shirt is more vibrant.
I hope his blonder hair after killing a blonde person doesn't signify anything.
I'm sure it won't signify anything.
Sure, I'm gonna walk up to them. I'm gonna say, hello? Can I help here?
Let's just stay out of
Is
this
this okay?
changeling. We've got it handled.
What's going on?
You see that they've all got like holy water around their necks, and one person is just in there with a metal stake, just trying to come at the vampire, just bring them down. Vampire's struggling to like get out of his circle.
Whoa. Okay, everyone just needs to calm down. Alright, what did this vampire do?
What did it do? Are
What
stupid?
did you do? Do I know this guy?
Yeah, you know this vampire. They're one of the regulars at Sephora.
I wasn't asking you. I was asking... What's his name? The vampire's name?
Leonard.
I was asking Leonard. What's going on?
I didn't do anything. I was just looking for some food. That's all.
You shouldn't leave the... Okay. This guy... He's not trying to harm anyone. You don't have to... We can just be on our way and it'll be fine. You'll never see him again.
One of the guys from the circle breaks away and they sort of reform. Whose side do you want to get?
Me?
Because I was just starting to come around to you, so... I mean, you can get in the circle if you want. We can do this quickly, but... I'm not going to mess around with you. Of course, this is for us.
The vampires haven't done anything. It was the explosion. They're just hiding, alright? Just give them a little slack. It's been hard for them as well. Where they live has been destroyed, just as much as yours.
This guy pulls out a metal stake. Let's do what we've got to do.
I can't. I'm sorry.
I'm going to be rolling a dice. Does a 15 hit?
Let me check. I think it might do. Yes.
This guy just stabs you right in the side with his metal stake and just pulls it
Oh!
out. You are taking 11 damage.
Okay.
And you see that the others in the group start dragging off this vampire.
No!
This guy leans down to you. He sort of looks you in the eye. Stay out of our way. Then he walks off.
Come back.
You see the only person left standing there, just sort of off to the side, no one really noticing him, is the very blonde, the natural blonde Cliff. Mike. What am I saying?
Oh, Freudian slip, much?
Who would have guessed?
Who would have guessed?
I mean, I played this one subtle.
Wow.
I still don't know what's going on.
Ollie, can I see anyone around?
There's no one around.
I'm going to sigh, and I'm going to turn into Timson, and I'm going to say... So... I assume this is your doing. Something to do with Masha, right?
Masha? What's this got to do
Yes,
with Masha?
Her memories, what did you do?
Oh, what's happening with Masha's memories? That's interesting. He gets closer.
What happened?
I just did what I did. I had to test the waters a little bit, but
I'm not paying you to do what you did. I'm paying you to do a job.
well, unfortunately, you weren't very clear with the contract, which wasn't really a contract. I've got it right here. I can read out what you sent to me, if you'd like.
Give it here. Can I read it through?
Yeah, but there's a big grin on Mike's face. That's what you sent me. And do you know how the Hitman world works? You kind of have to be clear in your contracts and set boundaries. Because if you don't, I'm going to do what I got to do.
I'm fairly certain that... Okay.
You can't just call me up. I'm not a taxi. I do what I do.
You're not a taxi.
I'm not a... Oh, you don't know what it is. I forgot I got rid of that guy. That's a shame. That's a shame.
Wait, who did you...
It's not important right now. Listen.
Right.
I'm sorry, just the implication that he removed the guy who invented taxis from existence.
Technically removed the guy who invented cars from existence.
Oh!
Oh no!
What, Matt? Listen,
Okay.
I tested the water.
I'm
with Clarissa.
altering the deal then.
No! No! You aren't paying attention! That's not how this works! I'm here now. And I do what I want.
I'm not paying you unless you put... I assume that this bar person did actually exist. Based on what Masha said, stuff was better.
Timson, roll me
So-
a perception check.
5.
You don't see anything wrapping around you. No.
Oh no.
Listen. Here's how this is going to go. I tested the waters with that Clarissa woman. Had to get her out of the way anyway, in case there was any big issues that would arise from that. Barb, that was just more to see what kind of situation I'm dealing with here. Usually when I do this, minor changes, a couple of like weird families, a couple of like spontaneous orphans, but this is much bigger than that. And if I get rid of my actual target, imagine what that's going to do. There's a lot of potential here. I could change the shape of this entire floor in an instant.
That's what I want you to do.
Yeah. But
if
you're
you
shit
just
at
put
writing
her
contracts, mate. So I'm going to do it how I want. And you're not going to stop me.
I won't stop you, but I won't pay you either.
Okay. You don't have to give me anything. At this point, Timson, it's hard to not notice what's happening to you.
Uh-oh.
You see the long, like... It looks... At first, it looks like you're looking at stained glass. Like this bright, different coloured, opaque... Like, all these opaque colours. All different, all fractured, lining along top of each other. and all forming a long, like, snake-like body, all reaching around from Mike's back. And it's seemingly just wrapping around you, and you can just feel yourself just kind of clinging to reality.
Fine, fine, fine. I'll pay you.
Oh, cool. More than what you promised.
How much?
$1 million gold.
I can get that for you.
Okay, if you can get that for me, 2 million gold. That's good. That was just a little test.
Fine, fine. Just let me go.
I'm allowed to do what I like for as long as I like until the target is gone.
Fine, fine. You can do it.
Cool. This whatever this is slivers back into Mike. Yeah, it's fine. See, you're just being annoying about it, and that's what I don't like. Is when people are annoying about it because then I can't do my thing. So just let me do my thing, okay? Put his hand on your shoulder.
Just where is this Bob?
Well, around somewhere.
Fine. Just as long as you get rid of Angus, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Just do what you have to do.
It's fine. Listen. Hey. I know what I was just doing there was I got a little bit mean, got a little bit rude, and I'm sorry about that. But query. What's happening with Masha? What do you mean about memories? What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. She's on drugs, I think.
And her reaction to the drugs is remembering things? Explain.
She remembered the old timeline. All right?
Oh no.
That's very interesting. Where is Masha right now? I need to talk to her.
I like Masha, okay?
Yeah, I like a lot of people too. I've also disappeared a lot of the people I like, so just tell me where Masha is.
She should be coming to find you.
Oh. I mean, I'll be around. If she can come find me, then that's perfect. I'm free from like 4 to 5. Just make sure you
do what I paid you for and leave.
Yeah, fine. Bye. Have fun. See ya. Yeah, do the thing. And Mike walks off into the remaining worker district. The more he walks away, the harder it sort of gets to like keep track of his movements, and he's just sort of gone. As this happens, Ulos, you see that like sort of you see walking over to Sephora off in the distance, and sort of hiding around buildings and keeping. You can just sort of make out a very sneaky Angus and Masha, sort of making their way over to Sephora.
If there's still no one around, I'm going to probably become Yuki. I'll see them and just sort of catch up with them.
Angus, as you're walking over, can you roll me some stealth?
Yeah, stealth.
Wahoo!
12.
Masha, you're far ahead, and Angus, you're trying to keep a low profile. There's not super many places to hide, but you manage to sort of you try and making the best of like the rubble around and the terrain, sort of be sneaky. Masha, you're quite a bit ahead, and you do see Ulos sort of walking over to Sephora. You think they would have gotten there by now. Angus, as you're walking, you get stopped in your tracks by a very specific vampire hunter, Jonathan Storm. Hey. What was your name again?
What do you want?
I'm just sort of wondering why you'd want to be around here, sort of like doing things or doing anything when you could just sit in your comfy bar and just relax and not be a prick.
Can I not go for walks in my own town?
Is this your town still? Hey guys! Brings over a couple vampire hunters. This still Angus's town? You can have a little stroll around, have a little picnic? Yeah, no, I don't think Angus can have little picnics to himself around town anymore. I don't think he can have little fun strolls anymore.
Are you going to do something about it?
Jonathan Storm sort of like he's put on a he's like an ill-fitting coat so he can like do dramatic reveals of his whip. And he sort of does a dramatic reveal of his whip. Have I got to do something?
I'm going to dramatically unveil my sword and say, well, now that's really up to you, isn't it?
The sword doesn't belong to you. It belongs to a good man who you blew up.
No, I think this sword's mine. If he blew up, well, the sword's over there, isn't it?
Jonathan Storm sort of furrows his brow for a minute. What? What do you mean?
Well, it's his sword. It would be on his hip. This is my sword.
What? That's...
And who knows what this sword might be able to do.
Covers his whip back up again and just sort of like gestures for the others to let you go aside.
Bump his shoulders, I walk past.
You know, one day, Angus, you're not going to have that sword on you. And I gotta go do something. Then he walks off.
The sword is never ever leaving my side, ever.
Angus, you get a lot of dirty looks from a lot of people, but they are sticking clear.
I think he would actually have a bigger coat to cover the sword on his hip.
Yeah.
Thinking about that.
I'm sort of imagining kind of a...
Harkness coat.
Yeah, like a Jack Harkness, like a John Barrowman.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
You've got the sword, and you eventually make it over to Sephora after like sort of being sort of looked down upon by almost the entirety of the community of Hex. You get a couple of like people sort of calling you a murderer under their breath.
I'll look them in the eyes. With my deeply sunken eyes, I look back at them.
And eventually you all make it over to Sephora. And it's all at the front door.
Do we meet Ulos at the front door?
Yeah, Ulos is sort of standing there. They look like they've just sort of gotten rid of themselves.
You're not going inside, Ulos? Something hold you up?
No, I didn't get held up. You, if anything, you got here quite quickly, actually.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Ulos, you've very clearly been stabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, well...
What happened?
Yeah, I ran into Lawrence, the vampire, you might know him. He was surrounded by some people.
Vampire hunters?
Yeah. And Cliff was there.
Which Cliff was there?
Yeah. I talked to him. I wanted to know what was going on with Barb. But when I tried to talk to him, he threatened to erase me from existence, so I wasn't really sure what I could do.
I guess that's
Well,
further confirmation.
Yeah.
yeah.
He has these, like, tentacle things.
Was it like, what, do you
Okay.
know what kind of, like, what did it look like?
Oh, like mind tentacles, I don't know.
It came from his head?
Sort of all over his body, I think.
Okay, we'll deal with that later.
Yeah, okay.
Where did this vampire get taken to? Which way did they go?
That way. And Cliff went that way, I think.
Okay, well, I know what I'm gonna do while you're, preoccupied.
Sure. Okay. Are you sure you can take them on by yourself?
I mean, probably, but you can come if you want.
I think I'd rather protect you. You coming, Masha?
If I don't, I might do something stupid with Mike.
Yeah, just
So yeah.
get some
that's-
stuff out your system.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Masha, you're going to the vampires,
Yes.
and Ulos and Angus, you're heading off to go and confront the other vampire hunters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. As you sort of all go off in your own different directions, Angus and Ulos, you're walking off like into direct combat, and Masha, you're looking for a solution to the problem. You all feel a looming presence over Hex, a creature of enormous power, bearing down on all your lives. And that is the end of the session.